Consists from the scheme of design, the studio, the university creative, and it needs the competition and award.
The ecosystem consists from the first is the education, creative education, university, vocational school, non-formal school. The creation step is the creativity, innovation, need analysis, cultural study, production, management, materials, technology and skill, marketing, distribution, market, and appreciation. Appreciation is very important in the creative industry. We need competition, awards, intellectual property, and archiving. And archiving is one of the very important things.
Waktunya hanya dengan kita sesi ini 1 jam, kemudian 24 plus terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Selamat datang di Kota Bandung, kota yang 3 bulan lalu menjadi kota yang paling bahagia se-Indonesia. Kenapa saya sampaikan data-data itu? Karena ada paradigma baru bahwa ujung dari pembangunan itu tidak selalu adalah kemakmuran semata atau prosperity, tapi juga ujung dari pembangunan itu adalah happiness, ya, atau kebahagiaan. Sehingga bisa saja kita ingin negara berkembang, developing countries, developing nation, but when it comes to happiness, we have to be one of the highest. Saya mulai dulu dari Bandung. Saya bahasa Inggris atau bahasa Indonesia? Soalnya atau cerita orang campur-campur dari I'll speak in English, okay? So I started in Bandung. Bandung was founded 205 years ago. It was designed as a city because the weather is very nice. Yeah? So if you survey what people of Bandung, number one is the climate or the weather. So we are a high altitude city, and we are highlander, more than 800 meters above sea level. So this climate situation create a nicer environment for Bandung people to be more creative, to be more contemplative, yeah, to be more intellectual. That's why in Bandung we are also known as the city of education. We have more than 80 universities and colleges. I receive every year thousands of incoming students to the city. Number two, Bandung also the city of history. We are sitting in the Gedung Merdeka where 1955 was the ASEAN African Conference to declare anti-colonialism. So Indonesia may be declared independence in Jakarta, but the concept of being Indonesia was conceptualized in Bandung because Soekarno, the first president, was studying in ITB. And Bandung also the city of youth. From 2.7 million our population, 60% is under 40. So if the mayor of Bandung looks young, I am representing the majority. My background was an architect, so I designed building cities all over the world, mostly in the Middle East, in China. I was also assistant professor in architecture and urban design. So tomorrow mark my year as a mayor. So I told my bureaucracy that the new face of Bandung bureaucracy is innovation, because I love to innovate. The survey also shows why bureaucracy mostly not creative is because they are accountable to their ideas. So they are afraid of accountability. They are afraid of being responsible for new ideas. Because they are afraid of being responsible, they said it's better not to have a good idea. So this is mindset is very dangerous, and this is why it slows the process. So I bring the culture of professionalism to my bureaucracy. I bring the culture of scientific decision to my bureaucracy. And I'm happy to say we have the 3 achievements that I have to share. Number 1, from KPK, Anti-Corruption Commission, declared that the city of Bandung, the number of corruption is reduced significantly this year. And end of the year, we are awarded to be the host for Anti-Corruption International Day in Bandung. Number 2, public service. Before we have a bad score, this year we have a green score, meaning there is a significant change in the way government serving the society and the business. 3 months ago, we launched permit online. So in Bandung, you register permit now online. You pay the fee for permit also online, and the permit document we deliver by postman. So this is to reduce man-to-man meeting, to reduce the under the table kind of corruption. So. And 2 days ago, we received good news also that after 2 years, Bandung now is the best performing bureaucracy in the country. So with this reform of government, with the strength from the history of Bandung, I try to combine what is the offer from Bandung to the world. Okay? So, kembali ke slide yang statistik. So what we offer to the world is the human capital economy. Because we don't have natural resources in Bandung, we don't have energy resources in Bandung, what we have is human capital resources. As a mayor, I try to create an environment where innovation will flourish. Number 1, I love survey. Most of my decisions based on survey. Okay? So there is one survey. Why Bandung people consider more creative compared to other cities? The survey says because the culture of hanging out, budaya nongkrong. Ya. Jadi nongkrong itu keren. Why hanging out culture is important? Why cafe culture is important? Why the public space interaction is important? This is where the people will have conversation, the people will have a debate, the people will generate ideas, challenging theory and so on. The more you meet different people, the more you get challenged, right? And suddenly, similar hobby create new businesses, similar thinking create new group of interest and so on. That's how we maintain the culture of innovation. That's why in Bandung, as a mayor, number 1, the last 2 years I renovate more than 12 city parks. Yeah? Because before going to the park is not a culture. People modern of Bandung go to the shopping mall for spend time for weekend. Now they go to the city parks. Number 2, we are preparing the building where innovation will happen through the system of the government. We are preparing to create the Fab Lab, this laboratory with all the tools from laser truck, from everything that young minds can afford. So the government invests in this heavy high-tech stuff. Because creating prototype for creative product is very difficult. So we are creating that system, number 1. Ada nggak gambar itu Number two, we are creating what we call a creative center, where the young people of Bandung can go to that building, spend time doing nothing, because thinking is working, right? Sometimes do nothing is working. This one. It's easy to please Bandung youth. Just give a free Wi-Fi and everybody happy. Right? Because mereka fakir kota dan juga fakir asmara. So this is how we as a government provide a space for hangout. Inside there is a design store. Inside there is a design library. There is studio for music for free to record your music. There is a studio for every 13 creative economy. From music, from dancing, from everything. We have a movie theater to play for experimental films, and so on and so on. Yeah. And next to this building, we are creating what we call the co-working space. Because not all the creative mind has capital to rent space. So I make a policy, I give you a free space for selected best talent for 1 year. After you take off as a startup, you pay the minimum. But when you have a resulted in the consistent good business, you pay like the rest. Yeah. So this is, we try to bring the economy from the creative economy. Ada gambar yang produk-produk kreatif yang banyak. So I'm proud of Bandung because of this, the human capital creativity. The only problem is when it comes to sell to the world, we have a problem. We can create, but we have a problem in selling the ideas. So this sometimes when the central government told the local government like me, hey, you have to be ready for ASEAN Economic Community. For me, the guideline is not clear. What should I do? What is ASEAN Economic Community affected to my locality? So we translate by our own. Kita tidak ada guidelines. Jadi itu yang masukan saya ke pemerintah pusat. Bukannya ini kamu ada file yang saya karya yang berikut. Ya. So this is the product, the best product of Bandung. We selected 20 best product. I think if you see visually, it looks very international kind of flavor. Yeah. So now, I'm not worried about how Bandung people creating or innovating. I'm worried more about how to sell this. Many do not take off. Yeah. So we are creating a system now where the government also assisting the marketing of these products. We are preparing the concept called Little Bandung. Little Bandung is a store that will be opened everywhere in the world. Number 1 will be in Seoul. Number 2 will be in the United States, 2 cities. Number 3 in Singapore, Malaysia. At least within my term, 5 world cities will have what we call Little Bandung. Little Bandung is a combination of culinary diplomacy. So we have restaurants in Indonesia, but second level will be selling this stuff. So with this, I combine also the smart city concept. So Bandung need to be smarter in managing the city. So we are pushing the online business big time. Yeah. We are preparing now the online store called Bandung Store. So all product you can sell directly in the physical store, but also you can have it through the online store. And because we think in the future this e-commerce will become the future of business. Bandung is the number 6, the most active Twitter user in the world. So we are a very talkative society. Negeri Rumpi. Jakarta number 1, Bandung number 6. Indonesia has a population of 250 million. Number of mobile phone is 270 million. So Indonesia is a country where number of mobile phone outnumber the population. Mostly the gentleman here has a 2 mobile phone, representing that nature. So when it comes to technology, Indonesia is more like big consumer country for technology. So I think within this in mind, I changed the way we do business. That's why we have a Bandung Smart City project. Today we have 30 apps, from waiting the bus apps, from project management apps, from e-budgeting apps, from e-contracting apps. Everything now I make it smarter. This is to hope that we become the city that more efficient, the city that push the innovation, the city is ready for global competitions. Last, I want to show video. As an architect, I was a bit concerned. Concerned bahasa Indonesia galau, ya. I'm a bit concerned. Why? I travel to China. There are many technoparks in China. I go to Hong Kong. You have Cyberport. I go to Singapore. You have Biopolis. I go to United States. You have Silicon Valley. I go to Malaysia. You have Indonesia with 250 million doesn't have any city related to innovation. So my first year as a mayor, I pushed the agenda that Indonesia need a city, a town that dedicate to be the hub for innovation. If Indonesia can maintain 5% economical growth, the McKinsey study shows that by 2030 we will become the 7th biggest economy in the world. But what worries me is, maybe we become the 7th biggest economy in the world, but we are only big because we can buy, not we can build or produce. So I want to change the mindset that the future Indonesia has to be the country that builds, the country that innovates, create things. That's why I propose 600 hectares in the east of Bandung to be the innovation hub of Indonesia in the form of new town, because we have so many advantages, many universities, strategic industry. We have the youth population, global competitiveness. Next month, I will sign an investment with US company for $100 million. I asked why you choose Bandung, and this US company told me, Mayor, number 1, you have a world-class engineers. Number 2, you have more livable city compared to others. Number 3, you have affordable cost of living. So this 3 things, now I'm selling to many enterprises. So the city of innovation will happen in the city of Bandung, because we are the closest metropolis to Jakarta. So I want to ask the graduate from Bandung not to go to Jakarta. Let's think beyond Jakarta. Yeah. The future of Indonesia is not Jakarta. In 2001, we are granted decentralization policy. So it means that the capital flow out from Jakarta. So this is the Bandung Technopolis, where you have the research center, you have the business, but ground floor is retail. Because I believe creative innovation is not like you have labs in a secure area. It's a city. You live, you work, you play, you work 24 hours. You go to the bar, you meet people in the cafe. So that's the vision for the city of innovation. So I think that more or less the vision of Bandung. I start with what we have. I bring the new culture of innovation and professionalism to my bureaucracy. I babysit these startups, creating a series of hanging out space, innovation space. I marketing also the product of the Bandung people. And in the future, we can become the competitive city for the global economy. So if you can see this, please use Bandung as a gateway to Indonesian economy, and please use Bandung also as a gateway to global economy using Bandung best talent and best engineers in the city. Thank you.
Terima kasih Pak. Bagaimana studi OECD dan bagaimana realitasnya di Bandung. Nah, waktunya sangat pendek, 10 menit. Saya kira untuk Pak Yuka Terlando bisa menyampaikan apa yang menjadi concern dari pengusaha, bagaimana juga keberhasilan dalam hal produktivitas dan inovasi.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Yuka, and first of all, I'm very nervous because sitting beside all these people, and it's a humbling experience for me. And then many wonders who is this guy sitting in front. I don't know him, and so I represent the youth that sits behind because 5 years ago I was a student and I started my business when I was a student. But the key thing why I'm sitting here is because it started 2 years ago and I decided that that's about innovation and technology as the core of our business. So what is my business? I'm from Brodo, and I don't prepare any presentation because I know that we need to present. So I'll try to talk based on my experience. Well, I'm in a footwear business, which is a very, very low tech, low innovation, a product that exists since 100 years ago. But what kind of innovation that we can bring in space? So the decision was when we tried to adopt internet technology, 3D printing technology as our core business. So as a fact is that footwear is a very high manufacturing kind of business. And in Bandung is known as one of the best and biggest producer of footwear, but there are no innovation whatsoever there in terms of technology, in terms of machines, in terms of innovation. So what we do in Brodo is that first in distribution, which is a thing that we can innovate right now. As the growth of internet and the youth population, so we decided, okay, why not sell shoes online? As simple as that. We achieved 200% compounded annual growth rate since that. So for me, as an entrepreneur, in a very low tech and low productivity space, innovation is the key. I think that's kind of the message that I want to tell you. And then, well, in terms of because we discussed productivity, the facts that is very concerning in terms of productivity in Indonesia, especially footwear, is that the mindset of people are not yet ready to adopt that. For example, my friend in China, the factory starts at 7:30 and stops at 11:30. Compared to Bandung, the workers woke up at 8, they drink coffee, they smoke, and then they start at 10. And they stop at 5. So in terms of mindset, we are very far away to achieve the productivity level of China. So that's why our president it starts from the mind. So that's the concerning factor I found. And then, well, as an entrepreneur in Bandung, I'm very glad Panga is in the office right now, because 5 years ago when I started to do the business, I don't know what to do, how to apply for a company. It took me 3 months just to have my name on official on the register. Now it's way faster than for the entrepreneurs that's in the back right now. I mean, this is the time for you guys to start, because like you see here, there's a lot of creative hubs, there's a lot of Wi-Fi's, there's a lot of things that can foster collaborations. When I started in my dorm room, and there's no such thing as the Wi-Fi's, there's no such thing as place for collaboration. So for you guys, I think this is a special time right now to start a business, especially in Bandung. And then this is going to go to other places. I mean, I think this time is perfect. And then in terms of productivity and how to foster it, yeah, like the study shows, it needs a different mindset. It needs to adopt a new way of thinking, and first of all, it needs innovation to be done. So I think that's all for me.
Terima kasih, Pak. Well, actually, we have taken 1 hour, so exactly the allocated time, but still, we even 1 hour behind the schedule. So basically, I don't have time for question and answer, except maybe one question. Can you please, and then brief responses from the speaking stage. Satu aja ya, silakan. Silakan. Dan pendek ya Pak ya.
Terima kasih Pak. Saya bisa terlihat dengan Menko Perekonomian. Saya senang sekali dengan Pak Emil dan juga representasi di Telkom. Singkat kata, kita melihat teknologi sebagai sesuatu yang memperbaharui aktivitas ekonomi. Nah, saya bukan dari suatu perusahaan dengan pemerintah. Ini bukan juga masalah iklan. Saya kaget sekali membaca di koran Bapak mengubur-ubur salah satu taksi gitu, di Bandung. Nah, ini pertanyaan saya, ini kan taksi di Bandung sejak 35 tahun saya sekolah 82 masuk di IPB itu juga sudah tidak benar, artinya 30 tahun terakhir lah. Sampai sekarang itu sangat-sangat meresahkan taksi di Bandung. Saya pernah habis acara sama teman-teman di hotel di selatan, mau balik ke hotel saya pesan taksi, nggak pasti bisa masuk hotel itu. Karena taksi preman di depan hotel itu juga menghalangi, kira-kira begitu Pak. Nah, ada teknologi baru yang kita tahu aplikasinya di mana-mana seluruh dunia. Kok Bapak kira-kira pada posisi sekarang apa yang ada di pikiran, kenapa melarang taksi yang berdasarkan aplikasi yang menjadi solusi bagi kebanyakan orang di Indonesia dan di Bandung khususnya? Saya bukan memperkarakan masalah iklan dan lain-lain, tapi ini hanya bertanya saja. Harusnya kan regulasi yang menyesuaikan Pak. Kira-kira demikian pertanyaan saya. Ini juga banyak hal lain dalam ekonomi dari secara nasional. Tapi khusus untuk Bandung, saya kaget kalau ada taksi yang aplikasi seperti itu dilarang dan menjadi solusi kami sebagai orang yang di Jakarta tidak mau bawa mobil ke Bandung Pak, karena takut lebih memacetkan Bandung. Sekarang saya parkir mobil saya di hotel di Crown, saya jalan kaki ke sini menghindari macet. Nah, kalau taksinya dilarang demikian akan menyulitkan Bandung sini untuk berlintas. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Pak. Saya kira satu pertanyaan saja. Pertanyaan yang lain dari komunikasi bisa dilanjutkan pada saat jeda, saya kira pada sedikit. Silakan Pak.
Ya. Jadi gini Pak, Bapak ngomongin Uber kan ya? Kalau di Bandung ini Uber juga nama daerah, Ujung Bro. Naik Uber ke Uber kan. Saya ini orang yang senang teknologi Pak, ya. Jadi jangan salah dulu dengan persepsi itu. Saya menyukai inovasi, saya promotor inovasi, saya senang teknologi. Uber, Gojek, Airbnb adalah sebuah ekonomi baru yang kita sebut sharing economy. Sharing economy ini adalah justru sekarang sedang saya promosikan. Kalau Anda punya rumah, kamarnya penuh, kamarnya nganggur, yuk kita bikin network sehingga orang kalau ke Bandung ada 2 pilihan, menginap di hotel atau Itu sharing ekonomi di properti. Uber itu adalah sharing ekonomi di transportasi. Daripada mobil Anda nganggur, ya, dipakai jam 9 pulang jam 5, kan bisa ada supir Anda meroyek gitu ya, in between sehingga dapat penghasilan. Masalahnya bukan di situ, Pak. Saya senang, tapi yang menjadi masalah regulasi pemerintah pusat ini tidak ada untuk yang namanya sharing ekonomi ini. Ya. Sehingga apa yang terjadi? Yang terjadi adalah dinamika dari perusahaan-perusahaan taksi bahwa setiap yang mengangkut penumpang dengan mobil harus tunduk pada peraturan yang namanya Kementerian Perhubungan dan Undang-Undang Transportasi. Karena apa yang terjadi? Jangan hanya juga dilihat dari benefit ekonominya, dilihat apakah kalau ada kecelakaan siapa yang bertanggung jawab asuransinya. Ya. Kemudian apakah pajaknya dibayar atau tidak kepada negara pada saat terjadi yang namanya transaksi ekonomi. Nah ini nggak ada regulasinya. Jadi saya tidak melarang, Pak. Saya sampaikan sebelum Anda meregistrasi legalnya, Anda sebaiknya tidak beroperasi. Jadi tidak ada di Bandung mengubur-ubur super taksi ilegal itu tidak ada. Itu berita salah, sudah saya klarifikasi. Ya. Di Jakarta Pak Ahok menginginkan, tapi di Bandung saya bilang tidak. Ya, jadi tidak ada. Hanya saya bilang ke Uber, segera registrasikan. Dan Uber bilang, ya Pak, saya lagi PMA sekarang, lagi proses. Umumkan ke publik bahwa Anda sedang registrasi PMA untuk publik supaya nyaman bahwa disruptive innovation atau sharing ekonomi ini harus comply terhadap local law. Saya di kantor pusatnya Uber Pak di San Francisco, saya ngobrol panjang. Mereka juga mengalami problem di Perancis, mereka di demo. Saya sebagai wali kota Pak, memegang hanya satu aturan itu aja. Pada saat aturannya ada, saya go ahead. Tapi pada saat aturan nggak ada, saya nggak bisa. Jadi artinya pertanyaan ini bukan pertanyaan ke wali kota, kami ini eksekutor. Pertanyaan Bapak ini justru harusnya ke kolega Bapak di pemerintah pusat, di ekonomi, bisakah membuat aturan dengan yang namanya ekonomi baru yang disebut sharing ekonomi atau yang namanya disruptive innovation tadi. Kami hanya menjalankan existing law. Beda dengan Gojek, Pak. Kalau Gojek, akhirnya saya nggak larang karena Gojek itu motorbike transport itu tidak ada regulasinya sama sekali. Jadi terserah aja. Jadi saya bilang ke ojek-ojek di pangkalan, jangan melarang Gojek. Rezeki mah kumaha Allah kan begitu ya. Kalau ojek pangkalan ini naik harga derajatnya, ojek pangkalan bisa menerima pesanan dia pakai SMS. Karena mereka tradisional ekonomi, nunggu Pak, ada penumpang kerja, ada penumpang diam. Mereka tidak tahu bahwa ada demand orang mengangkut orang di luar jam kerja. Mereka tidak tahu ada demand mengangkut barang, mengangkut dokumen yang kalau bolak-balik harganya sama kan. Tapi karena mereka gaptek, nah ini saya sekarang lagi menyiapkan aplikasi untuk seperti Gojek di Kota Bandung agar ojek-ojek pangkalan bisa menerima pesanan melebihi yang konvensional ini. Karena saya senang teknologi juga. Jadi kira-kira itu Pak dilematisnya. Saya senang berinovasi, tapi banyak sekali inovasi kemana peraturan masih jalan di tempat. Makanya di forum ini dari Kementerian Koordinator Ekonomi agar yang namanya sharing ekonomi ini mohon segera sebelum jadi gejolak, sebelum jadi tidak terkendali yang namanya Uber, Gojek, Airbnb dan lain-lain. Pada saat masyarakat umum berekonomi baru, adakah regulasinya? Mudah-mudahan Indonesia cepat tanggap sehingga hal seperti ini bisa diselesaikan dengan baik. Terima kasih.
you to Mayor Ridwan Kamil for coming next to this event.
Ya, ini kan bagian dari kerjasama antara negara-negara ekonomi OECD apa tadi deh?
OECD.
Hah?
Ya, OECD.
OECD ya. Intinya ingin menunjukkan teori-teori baru dalam membangun kota lah ya, bahwa pertumbuhan ekonomi itu bukan segalanya, kan? Tapi bisa juga pertumbuhan ekonominya pas-pasan, tapi kehidupan masyarakatnya lebih terjamin, lebih bahagia dan lain sebagainya. Nah, tadi saya cuma memberikan perspektif bahwa di Bandung fokus kita pada ekonomi manusia (SDM) dengan memberikan strategi-strategi yang skala mikronya memberi tempat atau ruang-ruang kepada startup, yang skala besarnya Bandung Teknopolis, ikut memasarkan juga dengan Little Bandung dan lain sebagainya sebagai satu siklus dari keberpihakan Pemkot pada ekonomi kreatif lah seperti itu. Itu aja sih.
Tadi sempat bahas soal Teknopolis juga ya Pak?
Iya, karena kita nggak bisa berbicara hanya mikro. Kalau hanya mikro, ada generasi-generasi yang nanti kebingungan pada saat ekonomi inovasi ini datang ke Indonesia. Nah, kalau negeri-negeri ini udah punya, tadi saya sebutkan kan, Malaysia sudah punya Cyberjaya, Cina Teknopark ada beberapa, Singapura Biopolis, Hong Kong dan sebagainya. Indonesia negeri sebesar ini tidak punya. Maka Bandung memberanikan diri untuk menyiapkan kota berbasis inovasi yang nanti kerasanya, percaya sama saya, kerasanya nanti di 10 tahun setelah jadi, bukan saya mungkin, tapi anak-anak kita yang akhirnya akan kerja di Teknopolis.
Tadi sempat dibahas juga soal transportasi kan yang ditanyakan. Nah, ini kan juga akan ada 2 tahun Bapak sudah menjabat, ada 3 tahun lagi. Kira-kira apa yang
yang saya kebut itu duluan mana monorail dan kabel car, itu saya dua-duanya saya kejar supaya sebagai wali kota saya nggak punya hutang janji dari sisi transportasi. Ini kemacetan ini nggak bisa berkurang kalau kita nggak ada alternatif. Maka saya sejak mencari. Masalahnya dua-duanya mahal itu aja. Jadi saya kesulitannya bukan inovasi engineering tapi inovasi pembiayaan itu aja. Intinya kita lah duitnya sedikit tapi kahayangnya gede gitu. Kumaha caranya, ini lagi saya cari.
susah narik investornya juga nggak Pak untuk ke
Bukan susah, prosesnya panjang. Susah mah enggak.
sejauh ini gimana Pak strateginya?
Ya itu tadi.
PPP?
Ada PPP, ada lobby ke pusat, ada prototipe. Nah, kita akan bangun prototipe yang kabel car sedang diproses, mudah-mudahan dalam hitungan bulan itu yang inovasi pertama yang bisa saya persembahkan.
Lobby ke pusat udah ada kabar-kabar mungkin ada sedikit pencerahan dari pusat.
Saya udah lapor ke Pak Wapres, sudah lapor ke Pak Jokowi juga bahwa kami tidak sanggup membiayai yang namanya transportasi perkotaan. Karena kayak LRT aja 10 kilometernya udah 5 triliun. Bandung butuh 40 kilometer udah 20 triliun. Duitnya dari mana?
Pak, kalau itu kan 2 transportasi baru sementara yang sudah ada seperti angkot, damri dan sebagainya.
Enggak, kalau bis akan kita perbanyak, sedang dipersiapkan di awal tahun depan. Ya. Kan kita udah ada inovasi juga, bis sekolah gratis, sekarang bis buruh. Itu upaya-upaya untuk memindahkan orang dari motor mobil pribadi ke transportasi.
Cuman dengan visi sekolah, di sekolah apa masih visible?
Nggak ada masalah. Di sekolah itu kan instrumen pada saat mereka-mereka yang tidak bisa jaraknya dekat. Yang jaraknya tidak mungkin dekat pakai bis sekolah, yang jaraknya dekat mereka jalan kaki atau naik sepeda.